Tonight, Cabinet may have stopped BTL's bid to acquire SpeedNet, but the battle over Belize's telecom future is only heating up. As SpeedNet talks competition and BTL rallies its workforce, unions are claiming victory, demanding more action, and Belizeans are weighing in on what the decision could mean for their wallets. Also tonight, a Belize city fisherman is charged with murder after a deadly stabbing at Ranguana, Caye. But the victim's family says investigators are missing a critical part of the story. And the president of the Caribbean Court of Justice breaks his silence, forcefully rejecting allegations that have cast a spotlight on the inner workings of the region's highest court. Plus, political temperatures are rising in the South as a three-way battle for Punta Gorda's mayoral nomination sets the stage for another high-stakes PUP convention. From telecoms and the courts to crime and politics, we have the stories Belize is talking about tonight. News 5 starts now.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Greater Belize Media. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Greater Belize Media.
Welcome back. After months of public debate over whether BTL should acquire the company, SpeedNet says the conversation has now shifted. It is no longer about a possible sale. It is about competition, market dominance, and what comes next for Belize's telecommunications sector. In a press release issued today, SpeedNet confirmed that BTL approached the company twice with an offer to buy it, first in 2022 and again in mid-2025. But those discussions did not lead to a deal. SpeedNet says public sentiment played a major role, with many Belizeans making it clear that they want the company to remain as an alternative telecoms provider. Now, SpeedNet says it is looking ahead. The company argues that BTL has held a dominant position in the market for 25 years. It also claims that since government took ownership of BTL in 2009, regulatory practices have favored the larger company and placed SpeedNet at a competitive disadvantage. But SpeedNet believes Thursday's cabinet decision could change the rules of the game. According to the company, BTL will now have to adjust to a new operating environment. That includes fair tendering for government telecoms contracts, meaning ministries would have to open those contracts to public competition instead of awarding them without giving SpeedNet a fair shot. SpeedNet is also pointing to the Public Utilities Commission's determination of BTL's market dominance. The company says that designation should force BTL to comply with regulatory decisions aimed at leveling the playing field. Speednet believes this could include removing what it describes as unfair surcharges imposed on competitors. Another major issue is infrastructure sharing. Speednet says BTL will be required to share telecoms infrastructure with competitors at cost, while the PUC and the courts would have the authority to enforce compliance and impose sanctions if necessary. Speednet is also thanking the public for standing behind the company during a period of uncertainty. It singled out support from the Chamber of Commerce, unions, the media, and civil society, saying that backing has strengthened its position. And the company says it is not just staying in the market, it plans to grow. Speednet says it will invest heavily in new technology, systems, equipment, and infrastructure to deliver modern telecom services at affordable prices. So tonight, Speednet is casting this moment as more than the end of an acquisition discussion. It is presenting it as the beginning of a new chapter in Belize's telecoms industry. One where the company says competition must be fair, access must be equal, and consumers must have real choice. BTL is now turning the page after Cabinet rejected its proposed acquisition of Smart Speednet. In an internal employee bulletin issued today, BTL Chairman Markelm Lizarraga told staff that the company respects Cabinet's decision and the process that led to it. He acknowledged that considerable work went into evaluating the proposed transaction, but said that chapter is now closed. BTL's chairman put it plainly: BTL must now focus on growing the business in other ways. Lizarraga told employees that the Public Utilities Commission's determination of BTL as a dominant provider has changed the environment in which the company operates. That means more regulatory obligations, greater oversight, and tighter constraints on how BTL competes, invests, and serves customers. But the message was not just about challenges. BTL also framed this moment as an opportunity. The bulletin says the company remains strong with committed employees, trusted customer relationships, major national infrastructure, and strong technological capabilities. It also points to BTL's ongoing shift from a traditional telecoms company into a broader technology company. That includes areas such as digital services, cloud, cybersecurity, managed services, enterprise solutions, data, and emerging technologies. Lizarraga told staff that success in this new environment will require stronger execution, sharper focus on customers, better use of company assets, and teamwork across the organization. He also urged employees not to let the current headwinds define what BTL can become. So while Speednet is celebrating a new competitive landscape, BTL is now telling its workforce to regroup, refocus, and compete in a market where the rules are changing. The takeaway tonight: the proposed acquisition may be off the table, but the fight for Belize's telecoms future is far from over. Cabinet has made its decision. Unions have made their position clear. But what about the people who pay the phone bills? Following Thursday's announcement that government will not support BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet, News 5 went to the streets of Belize City to hear directly from Belizeans. Do they agree with Cabinet's move, or do they believe the deal should have gone through? While unions are celebrating and pushing for BTL's board to reverse its approval, ordinary citizens are weighing in on what competition, choice, and telecom prices mean to them. News 5's Brittany Gordon reports.
There's a general consensus that whilst this makes good business sense, Cabinet felt that it does not make sense to be able to get into a back and forth with people that refuse to engage constructively. So we felt it's best to advise BTL that we should not proceed with the merger.
Government has said no to BTL's proposed takeover of Speednet. ending months of debate and backlash. Many argued the deal would weaken competition and leave customers with fewer choices. But beyond the unions, opposition, and social partners, what do regular Belizeans think? Today in Belize City, one resident told us he supports Cabinet's decision. His reason was simple. People need options. He says real competition means better service, better prices, and more power for customers.
Yeah, that's not right. I mean, people supposed to can determine what they want, and can pick and choose whatever they want them decide to do, They're not supposed to force down something from one way out. Yeah, you're supposed to have options. Yeah, definitely.
Another customer told us he uses both Smart and Digicel SIM cards. And while he prefers having options, he says he would simply have to adjust if BTL acquired Smart.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, confusion. because we don't. Well, me then, I don't know what we do. I want to follow like what they say, no? Follow the leader.
Okay.
That's it.
One Belize City resident who relies solely on Smart says he hopes the government stands firm on the decision.
Smart are the best.
Let's say Smart, me get bio, and then I got no Smart no more. How you may feel?
Bad.
One woman says government made the right call by listening to the people.
I feel good because I usually use Smart. Anytime I use phone, that's Smart I use.
Do you think that this was a good choice that the government made to listen to the public?
Well, what the people decide.
Another citizen says he still worries the decision may not last, but is relieved that, at least for now, the buyout has been stopped.
We need a opposition in these companies so it won't be monopolized, so it won't be either take it or leave it.
Several customers said they were unaware of the proposed acquisition, but felt relieved to learn it had not gone through. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Coming up, we have much more news for you after the break, so stay tuned.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word.
The Bible says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Consider this sobering thought today. God has given me a visible body through which the invisible God may be revealed to others through. In Jesus' words, I am to be a light in a dark world so that men can see God and find hope. While Jesus is the light, I am to be a light reflector of Him. We must not let our lives give a distorted view of God, as was in the case of this story. There was a planet way out in outer space inhabited by creatures made by God as we are, but without knowledge of God. They heard that on planet Earth there were creatures that revealed what God was like. With great effort, they built a spacecraft and selected a crew to go to planet Earth to discover what God was like. Arriving on Earth, they found drunks in the streets wallowing in their own vomit, men selling to their fellow man killer drugs for a dirty buck, movies and TV shows filled with immorality and mayhem, nations spending billions of dollars on pet care while children in other nations were starving to death. Nauseated, they said, "Let's get out of here." Arriving back on their planet, the cheering crowd is frozen in silence by the expression on their faces as they said, "We have been to Earth and found God is a liar, a cheat, an adulterer, a murderer, and capable of all manner of acts of inhumanity." No, friend, they did not see God, but distorted images of God in the lives of men made to reflect God's life. What is your life revealing to man about God?
Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
final weeks of KTV The Remix Season 8. Who will be crowned the next KTV champion? This Tuesday is the final competition night. 4 contestants will take the stage, but only 3 will earn their spot in the grand finale. So, who will make it to the end? That's where you come in. To keep your favorite KTV star in the competition, you have to vote. Text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. Remember, each contestant has a new assigned voting number for this week. Here are this week's 4 contestants.
Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't it ever be enough?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. Thinking about you, baby.
Beautiful. Do you know I love you so?
Downstairs, how is her temper this year? I turned up your TV and stomped on the floor just for fun.
You can also support your favorite by sending credit directly to their assigned smartphone number. Cast your vote by Sunday at midnight and tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the final competition night of KTV The Remix Season 8.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Cabinet may have rejected BTL's proposed takeover of Speednet, but the controversy is far from over. Trade unions say Thursday night's announcement does not settle the matter, not while government-appointed representatives on the BTL board have already voted in favor of the deal. The Belize National Trade Union and other labor groups had been preparing to hit the streets in protest. And tonight, union leaders say those plans remain firmly in place. Their position is that Cabinet's rejection is only one step. Those board votes must still be withdrawn. As the debate over the proposed acquisition continues to stir public concern, we spoke with National Trade Union Congress of Belize President Ella Waite for the union's reaction to government's decision.
It's a great feeling, and it's justification as to what we do here at NTUCB and partnering with our social partners when it comes to national issues. So moving forward, first of all, let me give a great thanks to the social partners who ensure that we get to this point, and to Belizeans as a whole and the media for ensuring that it was not just a no to the acquisition, but for people to understand why it's a no. It's easy to go there and shout no for this and no for that, but educating is another aspect. And I think all entities did a very good job in ensuring that people understand why we were saying no to the acquisition. Moving forward now, today, as you can see, I'm wearing black, and I'm happy to see you wearing black. We wanted to encourage Belizeans to start to understand the movement of unity so that we can progress as a nation.
Do we believe that this is definitive?
I think because of the political impact that may happen within the cabinet, I think the Belizean administration would hold to this. And also because of what they see can happen when Belizeans stand together, they will hold to their word. I don't feel that there would be any sense in reversing. I don't think they would want that political backlash. I don't think they would want a backlash from the social partners and from Belizeans as a whole. So I'm confident that they will move forward, continuing to do the right thing. Listen to the people, listen to the Belizeans. We did not take the decision, just as I mentioned before, just willy-nilly. We made sure we educated ourselves. We listened. We were hoping for public consultations that didn't happen. So we had to go about and do our own consultations with persons who are in the industry, who are in the company of BTL, the workers, trying to get information from TUC, which we never got, but we did our research still. So I think, I don't think they would dare reverse their decision or dare try to bring this cycle back again. I think it's DED as well.
For the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, Cabinet's rejection of the proposed BTL-Speednet deal is not a reason to stand down. It is a reason to press harder. Union leaders say the decision shows what organized public pressure can accomplish, but they insist the work is not finished. NTUCB President Delegate says member unions voted overwhelmingly to proceed with Tuesday's demonstration, where the focus will shift from stopping one acquisition to demanding stronger safeguards, better oversight, and greater public accountability in decisions of national importance.
It takes a process at NTUCB to go through via 11 unions to make a decision on the way forward. And as you can imagine, our chat group yesterday, everyone was so happy, elated of the decision by the government, by the cabinet. So we had to make sure we go back to the presidents, go back to the unions, and ask the question: do we still continue with the movement on Tuesday, with the demonstration on Tuesday? And overwhelmingly, the answer is yes. We continue with that, simply because as much as we understand, like what one media person said, it's DED. We want to ensure that we don't come back to this cycle. That we want to ensure that we progress. We want to ensure that we have better oversight bodies that represent the citizens of Belize. So we will go to the demonstration with some demands, and I don't think they're crazy demands. They're demands that I think that citizens are already have already been sharing via social media, via conversations. So yes, Tuesday at 10 a.m., we're asking Belizeans, don't take it for granted that yes, the cabinet said no. We still need to ensure that we show up, right? We show up for ourselves and for country. So 10 a.m. In front of the BTL headquarters in Belize City, and 10 a.m. in Belmopan at the admin building. And that goes until 1 p.m. And we are trying to ensure that we get buses from all districts. And as we mentioned before, those coming from Crocodile, Orange Walk, San Pedro, and those in Belize City, we'd like you to gather in front of the BTL headquarters. And those coming from Punta, Gorda, Stan Creek, and those of us here in Caye district, we gather at the admin building in Belmopan. If there are any changes between now and Tuesday, we will inform the public via your kind support from the media and obviously on social media. But for right now, we've already gotten the bonds signed and agreed on with the police department, so we are ready.
Wade says Cabinet has blocked the deal, but Belizeans must stay vigilant and demand stronger oversight. The Speednet deal is dead, but questions around BTL's board are very much alive. After Cabinet rejected BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet, former BTL workers are now turning their attention to the directors who supported the deal. The Belize Communication Workers for Justice says the board must answer for its role in backing a transaction that Cabinet ultimately refused to support. Organizer Emily Turner says the issue now goes beyond the failed acquisition. She says it raises serious concerns about judgment, independence, and whether BTL's board is truly acting in the company's best interest.
I think that his comments were very, like, he's not in touch with what's going on the ground. You know, like you said, you have to read the room. He's not reading this environment at all, because for some reason he believes that he can just proceed with this. And then he changes the statements that he makes every time he is asked something.
From the performance of the company under this board management, has the board proven that they make decisions in the best interest of the company?
This current board of BTL, you put a really tough question to me on that one. I think that in being part of management at BTL, I will say that the board is not as thorough as I would have wanted them to be when I was there. They basically look at things from a very high level. Maybe it's intentional how it's presented. There are many things that in my experience they have missed when management presents it to them. And so if the question, I think that they should be more thorough in the way they exercise their fiduciary duties overlooking BTL. I am shocked that we actually assigned the cousin, the uncle or the whatever of the chairman of BTL to BTL board. I don't know how we could have ever done that, to assign him from SSB to the BTL, like that. Like conflict is like if conflict, like we like to use little things. If conflict of interest was a person, that would be that business bureau guy, you know. So which now it brings back the thing about Social Security. I am happy to have heard that 2 of the Social Security directors voted against it. I think they have to finish their duty with then telling us what made them vote against it, because we need to know why they voted against it. We know that the other 8 people that voted in favor of it are all cronies. We want to respect that these 2 individuals are independent in their thinking based on how they voted.
Belize and El Salvador are moving to deepen their friendship and expand cooperation across several key areas. This week, senior officials from both countries met in San Salvador for a series of high-level engagements focused on strengthening bilateral ties and advancing regional integration. Belize's delegation was led by Ambassador Oscar Arnold, Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. On Tuesday, Ambassador Arnold joined representatives from across the Central American Integration System, known as SICA, to welcome Ambassador Lina Ajoy as the new SICA Secretary General. Belize's participation, officials say, reflects the country's continued commitment to regional cooperation that produces real benefits for people across Central America. Then on Wednesday, Belize and El Salvador held the 3rd Belize-El Salvador Binational Commission in San Salvador. The meeting brought both sides to the table to discuss practical areas of cooperation, including trade, security, migration, health, agriculture, education, tourism, and regional integration. The Salvadoran delegation was led by Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs Adrian Mira, while Ambassador Arnold led Belize's team. He was joined by Ambassador Alfonso Gajona, Director of International Affairs, and Tricia Gideon, Deputy Director General for Trade. Several Belizean ministries also participated virtually, including tourism, immigration, agriculture, and education, giving the discussions a broad, whole-of-government approach. Officials say the Binational Commission served as an important platform to identify new opportunities for collaboration and to reinforce the long-standing ties between Belize and El Salvador. Justice Winston Anderson, the president of the Caribbean Court of Justice, is refuting recent allegations involving the internal affairs of the regional court. In a statement issued today, Justice Anderson said recent reports have caused concern and sadness across the institution and the wider Caribbean. He strongly condemned the unauthorized release of confidential court material, saying it damages public trust, judicial independence, and the integrity of the court's internal deliberations. Justice Anderson also addressed several allegations directly, including concerns over consultation, judicial dress, panel selection, and claims that judgments were influenced. He rejected suggestions that court panels were changed to secure specific outcomes, calling those claims false and harmful to public confidence in Caribbean justice. On the issue of judicial attire, Anderson said the court has long followed established practices, including the wearing of robes or bench jackets during proceedings. He acknowledged that his handling of the matter may have come across strongly, but said his aim was to protect the consistency and institutional image of the CCJ. The CCJ president also commented on Guyana's prolonged acting appointments for Chancellor and Chief Justice. He said his concern was not political but centered on judicial independence and the need for substantive appointments to the country's top judicial offices. Despite the controversy, Justice Anderson said the CCJ will continue its work independently and fairly, serving the people of the Caribbean while protecting the legacy of regional justice. We have much more news for you after the break, so stay tuned.
Every dream begins with an opportunity, and every opportunity has the power to change a life. This year, Belize Bank proudly welcomes 16 outstanding new scholars during its 14th annual Scholarship Award ceremony, recognizing young Belizeans whose academic excellence, leadership, and determination inspire us all.
When I look around the room today, I see future entrepreneurs who will build businesses. I see future doctors who will heal families. I see engineers who will design infrastructure, teachers which will inspire the next generation.
For Belize Bank, a scholarship is more than financial assistance. It's a commitment to each student's future through guidance, encouragement, and mentorship from members of our management team. Today, we celebrate 16 new scholars, more than 250 lives transformed, one shared future. Because when we empower our youth, we empower our nation.
Her phone, her laptop, her whole life in this apartment. If anything happens, it's more than just a loss. It's everything. RF&G Renters Insurance helps protect what matters most, even when you don't own the place.
Down to the final weeks of KTV The Remix Season 8. Who will be crowned the next KTV champion? This Tuesday is the final competition night. 4 contestants will take the stage, but only 3 will earn their spot in the grand finale. So, who will make it to the end? That's where you come in. To keep your favorite KTV star in the competition, you have to vote. Text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. Remember, each contestant has a new assigned voting number for this week. Here are this week's 4 contestants.
Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't it ever be enough?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind, thinking about you, baby.
Beautiful, do you
this year, I turned up your TV and stomped on the floor just for fun.
You can also support your favorite by sending credit directly to their assigned smartphone number. Cast your vote by Sunday at midnight and tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the final competition night of KTV The Remix Season 8.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
A deadly stabbing at Ranguana, Caye has now led to a murder charge, but the victim's family says police have not gotten the full story. 33-year-old Belize City fisherman Mari Gomez has been arraigned for the August 12th killing of fellow fisherman Jose Ortega. He is also charged with wounding Ortega's brother Marvin, who remains hospitalized. Police say the violence followed an altercation among crew members, but relatives strongly reject that account. They say Jose was attacked from behind while retrieving diving equipment thrown into the sea, and that Marvin was stabbed while he slept. Tonight, investigators are still trying to determine what led to the deadly attack. Shot on his farm, mourning the loss of his dog, and now remanded to prison. That is the situation facing Pomona cattle farmer Richard Caye, who was arraigned today on 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. Caye says he fired only after he was shot by men who later identified themselves as police. But while the family waits for answers about why plainclothes officers were on the property, Caye is now behind bars at the Belize Central Prison. His wife says they are shocked by the charges and worried about his condition as he continues to recover from his injuries.
Tuesday, they come for him. Police come arrest him again at home. They have my husband, they up and down. We went to the station, come back, up and down. I need my husband foot to get healed. Now Wednesday again, they come from Thursday, sorry about that. Thursday, they come for my husband again. While he's resting, while he's recovering. They come again, took him to the police station. Now they say he get charged for 3 counts of aggravated assault. Today he get arraigned and he get remanded. So I really don't like what is happening here because the condition where my husband is, it's really rough. He cannot move how he wants. He cannot use bathroom by himself.
Have they said why they were on the farm in the first place?
We don't hear nothing from the 3 guys that went to the farm that day. Nothing. We don't hear nothing from the police, what they went, or nothing. We don't get nothing from that. My fear right now from my husband is that they will take him to the Hattieville prison by himself. Who will be there to assist him? Who will be there to take him to the bathroom? Because he cannot do that on his own. He cannot elevate his foot how he wanted. That is my fear. I don't know why they can't understand his condition. And we want answer, we want justice for what happened to him. Not only to him, for his dad as well, and as for us, the family. Right now, my 4 kids, they can't go to school. They canceled their school because they had to pay for his dad's surgery at the hospital.
Police still have not explained why they were on Richard Cow's farm. Today, he pleaded not guilty to 3 firearm-related assault charges and was remanded until November 17th. Leomar Narvaez is lucky to be alive after a crocodile clamped down on his head and dragged him beneath the water at New River Park. The 29-year-old Guinea grass resident says he was swimming early Sunday morning when the attack happened without warning. He fought to break free, pulled himself to safety using a tire hanging from a rope, and waited, bleeding heavily until relatives reached him by canoe. Narvaez later received nearly 30 stitches at the Northern Regional Hospital and was released the same day. Now recovering at home, he says he is sharing his story as a warning to others, especially children who regularly swim in the area, because he believes the crocodile is still lurking near the popular river spot.
I went in at the river, right, and I was swimming, and then that's whenever I feel like something grabbed me in my head, and then after that I felt like shaking, like whenever something bite you, yeah, and then the crocodile he shake my head 2 times. So I asked, like in my mind, I just asked question, the way this, because I never may expect that for happen, you understand? Yeah, and then I just push my hands on top of my head whenever I just feel the crocodile teeth. Yeah, and then I just have to try make lose my head from mouth. Yeah. So but that happened in a couple of seconds. My head was in his mouth like around 6 seconds. I never take long in that situation. I just want to give a safety awareness that how crocodiles they are territorial animals, right? So and that's how they gain territory, by attacking. So and how they don't taste blood. So I think he might attack somebody else, and they know pass the same fate as me. You understand? Yeah, and honestly, thanks God, I am living right now.
Dr. Marissa Tellez says if a crocodile comes close, stay calm, avoid splashing, and move steadily to shore without turning your back. Questions about access, fees, and who controls one of Caulker's most popular landmarks brought government officials, regulators, and island stakeholders to the same table today. Amid growing concern from ferry operators over reports of proposed fees near the split, the Caulker Village Council says one thing is clear: public access is not changing. Following a high-level meeting, officials reaffirmed that the public street, the 66-foot reserve, and other designated public areas around the split remain open and accessible. While discussions continue on how best to organize ferry operators in the area, village leaders say ferry services will continue as normal and are pledging to find a solution that protects public access while supporting businesses and transportation on the island. We have more news for you after the break, so stay tuned.
When I install an AC system, I recommend Ream from Belize. Unlike inferior units that drive up electricity costs, restrict yard flow, and wear out quickly, Ream has the right solution for every space. With a wide range of options, I can choose the right Ream system to keep every customer cool, comfortable, and satisfied. Because at Belize, quality is saving.
Best for you and best for me. At Belize,
quality. Pennies, quality and savings.
We are down to the final weeks of KTV The Remix Season 8. Who will be crowned the next KTV champion? This Tuesday is the final competition night. 4 contestants will take the stage, but only 3 will earn their spot in the grand finale. So, who will make it to the end? That's where you come in. To keep your favorite KTV star in the competition, you have to vote. Text the number of votes followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. Remember, each contestant has a new assigned voting number for this week. Here are this week's 4 contestants.
Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't it ever be enough?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. Thinking about you, baby.
Beautiful. Do you know I love you so?
Downstairs, how is her temper this year? I turned up your TV and stomped on the floor just for fun.
You can also support your favorite by sending credit directly to their assigned smartphone number. Cast your vote by Sunday at midnight and tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the final competition night of KTV The Remix Season 8.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
The PUP's municipal season is heating up and Punta Gorda is next in line. Fresh off a record turnout in Crocodile, the party is preparing for another competitive convention this weekend, this time with a three-way race for mayor. Incumbent Carlos Obia Gavez is being challenged by Dr. Francis Arzu and Macavio Ak, while 13 candidates are also chasing 6 councillor seats. PUP Secretary General Caulker Montejo says the party expects strong participation, but he is warning candidates to keep the rivalry within the rules.
This week we have Punta Gorda. In Punta Gorda it's going to be very interesting. We have 3 mayoral candidates. We have current mayor Carlos Obia Galvez, we have Dr. Francis Arzu, and we have Mr. Macavio Ak contesting for mayor. Coming up next weekend, we have 2 conventions, as a matter of fact, both in the Caye district. We have San Ignacio Santa Elena on the 22nd, Saturday 22nd, and that will be held at the Center for Employment Training, and that is a delegate convention. That's a little different from the ones we're having in PG and Crocodile and in Benke, right? There's 200 plus delegates that will come out between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. and cast their ballots for 6 councillor candidates. We already have our mayoral candidate that went uncontested, Mr. Aaron Mai. And then on Sunday the 23rd, we'll be in Benkevejo at the Cancha there, and we have Ms. Jenny Martinez contesting against current incumbent Mayor Jorge Rosales for mayor, and then we have 10 candidates vying for 6 positions as councillors there in Benkevejo.
What's the party doing to try to contain the passion from getting overboard?
That is always a challenge for us, especially here at the Secretariat. We constantly getting complaints from all over because there is a rule by which they must govern, that they must keep their campaign clean. They cannot be attacking the other side. They have to campaign on their merits. So whenever anybody tries to squeak away from that rule, I'm getting complaints, and I always reach out and ask them to fall back in line, and they all do, because after all, if you notice in Crocodile, it was a very peaceful convention, even though it was hotly contested. The comportment of the people was something to be commended, and we expect the same thing in Punta Gorda.
In Belize City, the PUP convention battle is not only about who wants to run, but who gets to vote. Roughly 700 delegates will help decide the party's municipal slate. And Secretary General Caulker Montejo says he pities those who must make some tough political choices. But while many party stalwarts see delegate selection as recognition of their loyalty and value, others are crying foul after being left off their constituency lists. Some former delegates have taken their complaints to social media, turning the process into another flashpoint ahead of convention day. Montejo says being a delegate is not automatic, and tonight he explains how the party decides who gets a seat at the table.
There are individuals who believe it's a rite of passage, and that's never the case. It's the executive committees that convene, meet, and decide on the delegate list. And there are times when they'll decide to give other people an opportunity to experience what it's like. And everybody wants to be a delegate, but there's only 700 plus delegates in all the constituencies here in Belize City, so not everybody can be a delegate. And we just ask them to be aware of that and be sensitive to the fact that it's impossible to get everybody to be on the delegate list.
How were the number of delegates selected? We asked you before, but I think there has been an amendment for Pickstock and Fort George.
Yeah, for Pickstock and Fort George, what we did was took the last 3 elections, the 2020 general, the 2021 municipal, and the 2024 municipal, because they went uncontested in 2025. We took average, we looked at the voter turnout, and we looked at the margin of victory, and that's how we were able to determine the number of delegates for George and Pickstock.
The United Democratic Party will also hold its Belize City Convention on August 30th. When the PUP heads into its Belize City Municipal Convention on August 30th, one familiar name will be missing. Incumbent councillor Evan Thompson will not get to defend his seat after the party's vetting and campaign committees decided not to recommend his candidacy. It is a decision that has raised eyebrows, especially with 19 other councillor hopefuls now competing for 11 available spots. Secretary General Colette Montejo says delivering that news was not easy, but Thompson has remained with the party and continues to work as a PUP councillor.
On the 30th of August is when what they call the prize, the big prize, which is Belize City, where we'll have 2 contestants for mayor and 19 councillors vying for 11 positions. So that's going to be at the IT Vetia in Belize City on the 30th of August.
The public has been asking from a couple of weeks now the status of Mr. Evan Thompson. Why was he not included in the...
The vetting committee and the National Campaign Committee did not recommend his candidacy for whatever reasons as they deliberated. And therefore, it was my job as the Secretary General to inform him of such. And it's what it is. Once the decision is made and the National Executive upholds the decision, then that's it. And there's not much that can be done thereafter.
What's delivering that message like in your position? Because, you know, it's a hard message to deliver.
Yes, it is. It is. It's never easy to tell somebody that your candidacy was not accepted. But it has to be done. For me, it was sitting down with Brother Evan and having him understand the dynamics of it and the wisdom by which the decision was made. And I don't think you've heard anything from him. He has chosen to remain quiet in relation to this matter and continue to work for the party. He's still an elected councillor.
And your thoughts on the 19 that are available to be selected from?
I mean, they are excellent candidates, very excellent candidates. It's going to be a challenge. I am glad I'm not a delegate. I'm simply running the election that day. Because being a delegate and having to choose 10 out of 19 dynamics and 1 out of 2 dynamic mayoral candidates, I pity the delegates, but I know that at the end of the day, the delegates of the People's United Party always make the right choice.
We have much more news for you after the break, so stay tuned.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
Protect your motor, secure your property. Oh yeah, Home Protector Insurance got you covered, you see. Covered, you see. From motor to property, and even marine. We'll keep you safe no matter where you've been. No matter where you've been, no matter where you've been. Get the peace of mind that only we can bring. Oh yeah. With our insurance, you will never fret or sing. Never fret or sing. We offer bonds and so much more. So much more. Home Protector Insurance, we got what you're looking for. What you're looking for. Secure your...
Every dollar you save today is a seed for tomorrow. Let your dreams take root and grow. Belize Bank, your future, our commitment.
Monday morning on Open Your Eyes, we're putting Belize's national interest at the forefront. We take a closer look at the ICJ, crime, foreign policy, national security, and diplomacy, and the issues shaping Belize's future. Then, 45 years of Belizean flavor, Marie Sharps celebrates a remarkable milestone as we look at the story behind a brand built in Belize and loved worldwide. And as the countdown continues, we're going from history to heritage as we gear up for September 10th and reflect on what this important day means to Belize. Start your Monday informed, engaged, and ready to talk Belize. Open Your Eyes, Monday at 6:30 a.m.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
After weeks of uncertainty, prayers and support from across the country, Father Jeremy Zipple is sharing some welcome news tonight. His surgery was a success. The Jesuit priest, well known for his work at St. Martin de Porres in Belize City, says doctors in Houston, Texas successfully removed a golf ball-sized brain tumor discovered while he was visiting family in the United States. Now recovering in the neuro ICU, Father Zipple says he is overwhelmed by the outpouring of encouragement from Belizeans at home and abroad. Even more encouraging, doctors believe the tumor is non-cancerous. As he continues his recovery, Father Zipple is reflecting on one of the most difficult chapters of his life and expressing gratitude to everyone who kept him in their thoughts and prayers. Today, he spoke with News 5 about his journey and the road ahead.
Praise God, like my health is good, and they're all saying, if you keep your health good, then you're going to have a much better recovery. So I want to encourage everybody to go out there and walk at Marion Jones, get your exercise, because it helps a lot. Everybody in the unit here has been saying, "No, Father, you're in really good health," and so that's pushing your recovery quickly. But yeah, the surgery was really successful, and you can see over here that's where they went in and took it out. quite a gash. It was like the size of a golf ball, so it's a pretty big tumor back there. But it should not be cancer. I mean, they're certain it's not cancer. They have to run the biopsy and just confirm that. But the type of tumor it is not usually cancerous.
How has it felt to see those prayers and to see those well wishes from your Belizean family here?
Oh my goodness, it's just been overwhelming. Another reason why I love Belize so much. I mean, Belize is a family, it's a nation, but it's a big family. And I think some of my friends from outside of Belize are like, what is going on? Like everybody knows you and reaching out to you there. And I'm just like, it's just how it is. People care for one another. People love one another. People pray for one another. And anytime there's a difficult situation, people get together and support one another. You don't see that everywhere in the world. So I hope we in Belize don't take that for granted. I know for me, because normally I'm on the other side. Normally I'm a priest, praying for someone or helping someone out. But now to be on the receiving side of all that love and prayer and good vibes and hope, it's just overwhelming, and I'm incredibly grateful for it.
Zipple said doctors initially estimated his recovery to take up to 2 months. But because he is recovering faster than expected, he hopes to be back in Belize within about a month. For more than 2 decades, Program for Belize has been working to protect the Rio Bravo Conservation and Management Area while supporting sustainable development in communities surrounding the reserve. This year, that commitment is extending into the classrooms, with book scholarships being provided to students from several schools in northern Belize. 21 students are benefiting today as Program for Belize hosts its annual Book Scholarship Award ceremony. Executive Director Edilberto Romero explains the importance of investing in these young people and their education.
It's been several years we have been providing high school scholarship grants to communities, students from communities adjacent to the Rio Bravo Conservation and Management Area. The idea is to give them an opportunity for them to develop a career away from the dependency on the natural resources, and with the hope that we build good relationships with the communities and that they support us in the conservation and protection of Rio Bravo.
How has the scholarship program changed over the years?
Well, first we were giving tuition grants, because most of the people, there were some bright students from the communities that they couldn't afford, and they would drop and they would go into just using the natural resources, and they don't have opportunities for a career. So we started giving tuition grants, paying it directly to the high school on their name once they get accepted. And a couple of years ago, the government decided to give tuition, pay for the tuition, so we changed to book grants because we found that the books are very expensive. And so it's been several years, a couple of years now, that we're providing book grants. And at this cycle, the principals told us that a lot of the students cannot afford laptop, and they're now requiring laptop. And so that's something we're going to look for in the future.
Now tell us, since the program has started, how has the relationship improved with the communities?
Well, it has been great because the communities realize that the reserve is benefiting them, not only through scholarship, but through other things. And we also employ most of our staff from the communities, the work we do, the tourism, the sustainable timber operation. Basically, we inject over $1 million of funds to the economy, to the communities.
The Ministry of Sport's ambitious plan to upgrade sports facilities across the country is already showing some early results, with several projects completed or nearing completion. But while work is progressing at venues like Isidoro Beaton Stadium, Berger Field, and Farbers Road, there are still questions about the timeline for some of the bigger projects. In Thursday's Belize City Sports Consultation, one participant raised questions about the timeline and scope of works at Rogers Stadium, claiming that Belize City teams are struggling financially, having to participate in tournaments far from home. Minister of State for Sports, Devin Daly, provides an update.
I know that the football pitch at Isidoro had already been replaced along with the sub-base. The Farbers Road synthetic 5-a-side pitch or 7-a-side pitch, that should be completed before August is over. I believe Berger Field, that has been replaced because of overuse and some other factors. And I think we are then heading out to Orange Walk, and I am not sure the next location. However, the pitches that we purchased, the basketball courts, those should be coming in September. The roof at Mexico Center has been completed. There's no leakages. The place has been properly manicured and outfitted for when those courts come. So I think it's a good time for sports in Belize. However, we're still not there, but we also have to celebrate some of the quick wins that we've achieved.
And an update on Rogers Stadium, I see work has started.
I believe they're working on the inner fence at Rogers Stadium at the time. And I think that the outer fence also, the works for that will start. However, in terms of the demarcation of the field and the landscaping on the inside, I'm not sure when that phase will commence.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, BTL shifts focus from buyout to business growth. Yehoshua Yisrael commented, "It's clear that the Belizean people were never properly consulted from the outset on this matter. And even now, a significant portion of crucial information remains concealed. This demonstrates a definite failure by BTL's chairman to fulfill his responsibilities and exercise proper due diligence. It's only just that Mr. Lizarraga faces some form of reprimand for his negligence. Turning to Father Jeremy Zipple shares encouraging health update. Jane Caye shared, "Praise the Lord that the surgery was a success. Thanks to the doctors who performed with God's guidance. Now we wait for your recovery." And finally, on Guinea grass, man survives crocodile attack at New River Park. Maria Andrea shared, "Get well. Thank God you survived." How about the kids that go there to bathe during the day? Something has to be done for the safety of all. We have to protect the children. Whosoever works in the wildlife sector got to investigate where all these crocs are coming from. Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Thanks for joining us. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.